Do you remember a few months ago Cameron was swanking around the place saying he'd had a tremendous victory for Britain as he negotiated the first ever EU budget cut? Here's a headline from the Times at the time. Cameron seizes victory with cut to EU budget. There was lots of backslapping and lots of well done Camerons. Now, look at today's headline. Britain faces defeat over EU budget increase. How many times do I have to be right about this EU nonsense? But get this straight, it's not exactly hard to be right if you know the plan. The information is there for all to see and for all to read. Once you've researched the EU, you will realise, as I have been saying for years now, that it's a dictatorship, and here is more evidence of that fact. Cameron simply has no power whatsoever when it comes to the EU. We do not govern ourselves anymore. Every day I say this. This is why Barroso is so arrogant when he says things such as Federal Europe will be a reality within a few years, because he knows that countries have already tied themselves in, so much so that they may never get out. The EU costs us £53 million a day. Not a week, not a month, but a day. £53 million a day. And what do we get for it? The chance to be ruled by unelected bureaucrats, spotty little oiks when they were in school. When are we going to see a 10 million man march onto Downing Street to demand a referendum? Not next year, not in 2015, not in 2017, if this happens, if that happens, but now. This is just more evidence of how undemocratic the EU is. The EU is an authoritarian cesspit of corruption and fraud, and we're paying for it in money, liberty, and sovereignty. We better wake up to this, and soon. So, who's going to organise that march then?